at the Metro Center. Keep that in mind next time.
Just a couple of moments. Meanwhile, King, one of the most impressive teams in the state, plays in the Chicago Public League. Boylan plays in the Nick-9 Conference. Obviously, King's competition is very, very good in Chicago. They've got probably 4 of the top 8 teams in the state, along with Westinghouse, Simeon, Chicago Marshall, who upset Chicago King last year, and of course, Chicago King, always a perennial powerhouse in Chicago. Favors Boylan in terms of, in the public league, they play a physical style of basketball. In the first half of Simeon King, I think there were only 5 or 6 fouls called the whole half. Now, in this particular game, you're probably going to have 5 or 6 fouls per quarter. So, it favors the Boylan Titans in a, if you call them tight. Now, I'm looking at one of the guards on Chicago King, number 10, Ronald Minter, and he looks like a midget compared to these 7-footers. It's unbelievable, unless you've really seen a player this tall, how tall 7 foot is. So Griffith is going to tip off. I guess it looks like Johnny Hernandez. Let's see if the Titans can win the tip. And this crowd is on their feet, cheering the Titans on. 3,200, as David Kaplan stated, hostile fans. Tip goes to Billingsley. Billingsley to Minter at the point. To Billingsley to Minter. Shooting the 3 is Hamilton missing. Ball goes underneath the basket, regained on the possession by Stewart. Stewart has the ball stolen. Stewart puts it up and in for King, and they take it early. And Hernandez hits the 3. 3-2 Boylan. Full court press employed by the Titans. Ball goes in midcourt. Who scored that? Hamilton to Minter. Looking for one of the big men, as Bill Binns is leaning on Hamilton. Does no good as Hamilton puts it downward on it. 4-3. King. Driving inside is Hobson. He's fouled by one of the big men. That's what you got to do. Be aggressive. Do not be intimidated by the big players on King. Four to 3 King with the early lead, but in a fast-paced game, you got to like the Titans. Sonny Cox really only plays 1 player off the bench, that being Richard Williams, a 6'5" senior. So King really does not play their bench. So if you're going to look at depth, you got to like Boylan. One of the weaknesses, Tim Hobson's free throw shooting. Misses the first. Hobson can tie it up on the second one, which he does. 4-4 Boylan. Full court 1-2-1-1 zone press. Lampley has the ball thrown over his head quite easily to Stewart. Stewart to Minter. Minter has the ball knocked away. The Titans steal it. Vince saves it on the baseline. Here come the Titans on the run. Banks spotting up from three. Misses. Ball tipped out. Hamilton grabs it. And it's 4-4 Boylan King. Boylan's got to knock down that three to have a shot in tonight's ball game. Missing the outside jumper is Billingsley. And Tim Hobson cleans the glass. Binns has the ball partially blocked, no good. Rushard Griffiths with the rebound for the King Jaguars. Lampley called for the reach-in foul. One of the Kings players hit the deck end. A questionable call, but right in front of the Boylan bench, obviously Steve Gores expressing his displeasure. So far, so good for the Titans, but awesome talent on the court is the only way to describe these King players. At the point, Minter, 6 foot. In the corner it goes to Stewart, who misses. Offensive rebound, grabbed by Griffith. Griffith gets it back out on the point to Minter. Minter, ambidextrous dribbling with the left hand against Lampley. Lob pass goes inside from Griffith, and there's the first slam of the night. Thomas Hamilton puts it down, and it's 6-4 King. No way you could stop that play. A nice pass by Griffith. King in a 1-3-1 zone, apparently. So much like David Kaplan said, King will play a zone, then clean the glass if you miss the outside shot. Boylan has to be patient in this possession, stay in the ball game. Hobson has the ball blocked, grabs the rebound, misses the second one. Griffith comes away with the rebound. So a couple of nice attempts by Hobson. He wasn't intimidated, but couldn't grab the second rebound. Griffith has the ball go off of Hamilton's hands out of bounds. Should be Boylan's ball. We'll check it out. There still will be King's ball underneath their own basket. What's the strategy here? Lob pass to one of the big men. Inside it goes. Misses the rim, and Hobson comes away with the rebound for the Titans. Up court goes Lampley for three. He misses it. And Griffith with the rebound. Thomas Hamilton came all the way out to the three-point line to try and block that shot. All the way, coast to coast, goes Stewart. And it's 8-4 King with the 4-point lead under 5 minutes. Durrell Banks hits the three. Here come the Titans again. Durrell Banks has to shoot the three tonight. Hernandez, Lampley. Ball thrown away by King. Boylan has a chance to take the lead. First substitute in tonight's ball game, Brian McNett and Greg Pincott check in. Hobson and Binns take their first. So that looks like Steve Gore's strategy in tonight's ball game. Keep alternating players on the big men inside so you don't get tired out. So we'll look for that substituting all night long. Pincott and McNett inside. Lee Lampley out at the point. To McNett. Back to Banks. Lampley playing catch with Banks. To Pincott. To Lampley. No one making any penetration against this 1-3-1 zone. Boylan's looking to spot up Lee Lampley on the weak side. Pass the ball on the right side and go back to the left side. Lampley with a NBA three almost. Rebounded. A great rebound by Pincott, and he's fouled. So Pincott has a chance to tie this ball game up and give the Titans a 1-point lead. So a smart play, good position inside by Pincott. So Boylan, with the long rebound, went out court a little bit to Pincott. Misses, hits the back rim. Concentration. Pincott for free throw number 2. Ties the ball game up at 8. So we've reached halfway through one quarter, and Boylan still tied up. 8-8. Minter on the left side, dribbling it across half court is Billingsley. Billingsley to Stewart. Stewart goes to Griffith. Baseline jumper through. 10-8, King. Lee Lampley steps on the end line. Turnover number 1 for the Titans. So another key in this ball game is the Boylan do not make turnovers. 3:33 first quarter of play. 10-8 King. Boylan hanging tough so far. They have not allowed a second chance point. That'll be another key. Again, Griffith to Hamilton, who slams it again. 12-8. Every time you double team Griffith, he spots the open man, so you got to give him a lot of credit. Unselfish play. Hernandez to Lampley. Lampley to Hernandez. As the big man goes out and challenges the three. Lampley again an NBA three, missing. Poor shot by Lampley. That's not a high percentage shot. Step in and take a closer shot. Ball hangs on the rim, and putting it in is Dewan Stewart. 14-8 King. Boylan in need of a basket badly. But when you have 2 7-footers inside, it's very difficult to establish an inside game. Playing catch, McNett, Lampley, Banks. Lampley driving inside free throw line, he fouls. And Sonny King a little disturbed at that call because of the lateness of the call. I think it was a correct call, but Sonny spotted it much like I did, a late call. So that's already 3 fouls on Chicago King. Now we see Pincott's. For a moment there, it looked like he was going to check out. Instead, Banks goes to the bench. Hobson back in, and McNett out of the lineup. So Boylan's going to have to hit a high percentage at the free throw line as well. And Lee Lampley, 80% shooter on the season. One of the finest sophomores in the state. Perfect rotation on free throw number 2, and the lead is 4 at 14-10. Inbounding it is Minter to Billingsley. Billingsley breaks it with the dribble. Back to Minter at the point. 14-10 King. 4th game of the Superfan shootout. Ball thrown over Billingsley, head out of bounds. So King turnover number 3 against 1. For the Boylan Titans. Inside it goes to Pincock. He puts it up there. 14-12. Boylan down 2. Full court presses on. The big man breaks it. Griffith to Hamilton. Back to Griffith. These guys are unbelievably coordinated. It's unbelievable. Guys this young, 16 years old, could be as coordinated as these players are. Foul on Hernandez. And it's 14-12 King, 155 first quarter of play. It is so hot in here as well. This place is wall-to-wall people. Upper deck, they have people sitting down in front of the second level. Another foul on Boylan. Pincock wonders, what did I do? He looked like he grabbed the ball. They called a reach-in foul, so King will still inbound the ball with a 4-point lead. So the running gun Titans are on good stead so far in this ball game. Lob pass goes to Griffith. Griffith misses, but Hamilton rebounds it. He misses. Griffith over the back, and they call Griffith on over the back. Nice position by Hobson. That's 2 fouls on Griffith. And the Boylan Titans have a chance to tie this ball game up. As Steve Gore is noticing the intensity of the ball game tonight, gives Lee Lampley his first rest of the night. And it looks like Durrell Banks checks back in. Cross-court pass almost intercepted by Billingsley. And he is matched up against Banks. That's the key matchup in my estimation tonight. Ken Billingsley shut off one of the best players in the conference, Durrell Banks. As King's 6th man, Richard Williams, 6'5", gives Rashad Griffith the last 135 of the quarter to rest up for the second quarter. Banks on NBA 3. That's it! Titans take the lead! Oh, 15-14 Boylan. This crowd is going wild. Up court comes King on the run. Inside it goes to the big man. He misses, but he's fouled by Bill Binns. King is very good at passing the ball. Surprisingly enough, they somehow spot Hamilton inside. Hamilton already with 6 points. The leading scorer is Rashard Griffith, averaging 21 a ball game. Hamilton averages 15, and both players average double figures as far as rebounds, so they're not just one-dimensional players, as Hamilton proves that by knocking down the free throw. 15-15. Hamilton with free throw number 2. And excellent rotation, delivery. 16-15 King. We'll see if Boylan sets up for one shot. Steve Gore's preaching patience. Boylan wants a fast-paced game, but only if they have the break. Now, in a half-court game, this is crucial to get a high percentage shot. Hernandez to Lampley on the left side. One dribble across court to Hernandez. Banks, Billingsley hounding him as King has gone into a man-to-man. Banks loves that, and almost. Billingsley picks up a foul. If King plays a man-to-man, I really think that will help Boylan in terms of setting screens and getting open shots. Apparently it wasn't on the shooting, so that's 5 team fouls on King. So already we've had 9 fouls, 4 on Boylan and 5 on King. John Hernandez, 4-3. No, misses badly. Hamilton with the rebound, and full court pass goes to Billingsley, who will slam it home. Excellent peripheral vision by Thomas Hamilton. Spotted the open man. Billingsley slammed it on down. Ball's going to be stolen away by Minter. Minter, fast break. There it goes. Goes off of the hands of the substitute, Williams, and out of bounds. The Titans, with 31 seconds, have a chance to make the last basket of the quarter. An important basket in terms of momentum going into that second quarter of play. Hernandez against man-to-man now, as Billingsley is matched up against Banks. Banks trying to free himself, does so at midcourt. Ball high over his head, stops Lee Lampley, almost loses it, stops up 10 feet, hits it, and it's 18-17. Full court presses on. Can the Titans steal it? 10, 9, 8. Up court comes Williams. Williams spots the man in the corner. He won't get it off. Stewart, time's running out. Ball's dribbled out of bounds. And that's the end of the first quarter play. King 18, Boylan 17. We'll be back.
Architectural Digest is much more than just another magazine for architects. Architectural Digest covers the entire spectrum of fine design.
Getting first quarter of play, Boylan really has not started shooting yet. 4 out of 12 that first quarter, but 2 of them were 3-point shots. So that helps you because you get a couple extra points. Meanwhile, Boylan only out-rebounded 7-4. The key statistic in that first quarter, 1 turnover for the Boylan Titans. That's exceptional basketball. King, 8 out of 13, that first quarter of play. Lampley, baseline jumper, misses. Hamilton cleans the boards for King. Up court comes Minter. Minter at the point against Lampley. Lampley guarding him loosely. Minter looking inside to Hamilton. Hamilton, you can hear the foul from the other end of the court. Lampley slapped Hamilton on the wrist. And that's amazing when you think of how many fans are in here tonight. Hamilton with the lob pass, turnaround jumper from 6, misses, Binns with the rebound. And over the back is Williams, so it'll be Boylan to inbound the ball. Down 1 with a chance to take the lead. So Boylan will be shooting the 1-and-1 the rest of this ball game. Hernandez working against Minter. Has a bit of a size advantage, but he doesn't take advantage of it. Hamilton guarding Hobson. Hobson won't shoot it from 22. To Lampley, who might. Going to go coast to coast with the 6-footer. Misses off the rim, no good. And Billingsley rebounds it for King. Lob pass to Hamilton. Hamilton looking for help. Spots Billingsley. Billingsley takes it inside the lane. And it's 20-17 King. King showing their composure here in the second quarter, not losing that lead. Boylan had a chance to take the lead, but missed the shot. Hobson won't shoot it from that long range. Doesn't have that range. Looking for help. Hernandez has not shot the ball. Goes all the way. Baseline. Puts it up over the big man. Hamilton has scored it. 20-19. King with the lead. Quickly up court. Stewart in the corner. Lob pass to Hamilton. Camping in the lane is Stewart. And a questionable call there. Williams called for pushing off inside. Thomas Hamilton and Rashard Griffiths checking back into the lineup. Boylan will be shooting the 1-and-1, so Boylan has their first opportunity to take the lead since a 8-7 lead early in the first quarter. So Bill Binns with a lot of pressure on him. That's 2 fouls on Williams as well, so King racking up the fouls. Does what they call a home call. As Bill Binns ties it up, 20-20. So Steve Gores has to be more than pleased with the way his team has played thus far. 1 turnover through a quarter and a minute and a half of the second quarter. As the Titans take the lead on the King Jaguars, 21-20. Up court, on the fly goes Billingsley, coast to coast. 22-21, Billingsley. Outstanding player, one of the power forwards in the public league. Bill Binns has the ball. Knocked out of his hands by Williams. Williams gave him a little shove. Referee didn't see it. And Boylan loses the ball on the end line. Minter against full court press. As another substitute, Dana Kiley has checked in for the first time tonight for the Titans. So, as well as Tim Gores. So we look for this being a defensive stretch where both Gores and Kiley are basically in just for one possession, and then they'll go out of the lineup. Rashard Griffith is followed by Gores. So Steve Gores trying to play all of his players, keep his ball team in the game until the fourth quarter. As Thomas Hamilton takes about a 30-second break and comes back in.
Friday afternoon, and your boss calls you into his office. He gives you the bad news. After years of doing a great job, you never thought it could happen to you. But just like that, it did. What do you do now? You get the National Business Employment Weekly. Every week in every issue, the National Business Employment Weekly tells you about hundreds of top jobs and top companies at top salaries open right now. Week after week, issue after issue, the National Business Employment Weekly gives you no-nonsense advice that can help you land one of those choice jobs. And week after week, issue after issue, authoritative articles help you get more money, more security, more satisfaction in the job you now have.
Pick up the National Business Employment Weekly at your newsstand, or get 8 issues by first-class mail for $35 by calling toll-free 800-335.
King's ball with a 1-point lead, 22-21. Gores wanting to step up the pressure on the press. What do you do? Inbound the ball to one of the 7-footers and hold the ball over your head. Press broken. Outside is Stewart. Stewart has the ball stolen away by Hernandez. 2-on-1 break. Hernandez to Banks to Hernandez. Yes! Titans take the lead. 23-22. It's going wild again here from the Titan house. Billingsley up court quickly. King not afraid to run. Minter near half court. 5:07 second quarter play. Boylan with a 1-point edge. Inside charging foul, no call. He ran over McNabb. Hamilton, but no call. 24-23. King Lampley against Minter. Looks like King's gone back to the 1-3-1. Hernandez shooting from 3. Misses again. Just cannot find the range. Hamilton ripped the rebound and the pass up court to Stewart. Stewart with the lob pass to Griffith. Ball high over his head. Lob pass to Hamilton. Slam time, but Bill Binn is going to be called for the reach-in foul. Second foul on Bill Binn. Thomas Hamilton to the line, shooting 2. As there's some discussion, Hamilton lost the ball, and then Bill Binn gave it back to him. And now Steve Gores is saying that loses his shot attempt. Now, I don't know what the ruling is on this one. It's certainly something I've never seen, and they're going to signal 1 free throw. Apparently that counts as an attempt. Hamilton lost the ball out of his hands. I don't know. I don't believe I've ever seen that. Hamilton misses the second one, and McNett comes away with the rebound. Pincott comes away with the rebound. Hernandez with the long pass to Lampley. Lampley from 3. Misses. Griffith tips the ball to one of his teammates, Stewart, on the rebound. Up court comes Stewart. Stewart on the right side. Lob pass to Thomas Hamilton. Has the ball knocked away, but rebounded once, twice. Finally, it's going to be Pincott's on the foul. So Boylan, aggressive defense, they just could not grab the ball. As again, Boylan had a great opportunity, a wide open outside shot. Lampley unable to make it. But right now, Boylan's got to at least be building a little confidence. If they can just keep it down within a 3 to 5 point game going into half, I would think they would like their chances, especially in terms of the substituting that's been going on throughout this ball game. Missing it on the free throw is Griffith, but the ball tipped out of bounds by Bill Binn, so King will have another chance to build on a 1 point lead. Lob pass goes to Griffith. Griffith misses. Hamilton tips once, twice, and puts it in. Again, there's not much you can do about that. Lampley down 3, cross court. Hernandez to Hobson, going to drive it all the way in and hit it. A great move by Tim Hobson. So the Titans back within 1 at 26-25. Hobson fouls Minter at midcourt. And stops the action for a minute, gives everybody a breather. This is a hot gym tonight. Full house, 3,200 fans, wall-to-wall people, excitement. High school basketball at its finest. Number 1, Chicago King in the state against number 9, Rockford Boylan. Minter misses and Hobson cleans the glass. Hernandez on a 3-on-3 break. Loses the ball, could have been a travel. Inside goes to Hobson. Hobson has the ball slapped down. Could have easily been a foul. No call. Up court comes King. Stewart with the bounce pass. King setting up their half-court offense, which basically revolves around lob passes to 2 7-foot players. Goes to Hamilton, puts it in. Unstoppable. When the man gets the ball that close to the basket, there's nothing you can do. Coast-to-coast shot by Durrell Banks, ties it up at 28. Up court, quickly, Billingsley hits it, and King goes back out in front. Lee Lampley hits the 3, Boylan goes out in front. Oh, now rocking at the tight house. 31-30 Boylan. Consecutive 3-point shots by Boylan. Inside it goes to Hamilton. Hamilton driving inside the lane. Up, misses, rebound. Hamilton jams it. 32-31, King with the lead. 2:22 second quarter play from the Titan house. Lampley again, 3, way short. Ball goes to half court, basically. Billingsley has the ball, knocked out by Hernandez. And somehow they give it to the Titans. Don't ask me how. Looked like Hernandez hit it out of bounds, but it was right in front of the Boylan bench. Hernandez to Banks. Banks to Hobson. Guarded by Hamilton. King again in a 1-3-1. So they shift the defense. Go to man, go to 1-3-1. Man, 1-3-1. Confuse the opposition. Inside it goes. To Hobson, loses it. Off the board, no. And looks like McNett's going to be called for a pushing foul. Good shot attempt by Hobson. Went over the 7-footer. And it was timeout on the court, so with 32-31 King lead, we'll be back in 1 minute. And left, King will be going to the line shooting a 1 and bonus, if I'm not mistaken. Boylan with a 1-point deficit, 1:49. Thomas Hamilton will be going to the line, and they're going to change. They're going to go with Richard Griffith. Now I wonder, Richard Griffith is a much better free throw shooter than Hamilton. Actually, both of them are fairly good free throw shooters. And the crowd trying to distract them, which they do not do, and it's a 2-point King lead at 33-31. Second free throw. Good concentration. And through the hoop. Quickly inbounding the ball is McNett to Hernandez. 34-31 King. 1:43, second quarter of play. Banks shooting the 3 from the top of the key. Hitting again. Boylan again ties it up at 34. Ball stolen away by King. And Boylan can take the lead back again. Johnny Hernandez, bounce pass in the corner to Hobson. Bounce pass back to Hernandez, has the ball tipped away. Back to Hernandez with the dish to Hobson. Hobson going up. This takes away. 36-34, Boylan with a 2-point lead. Now if King happens to miss, go for the last shot, Steve Gord. Take a 2-point lead into halftime. Minter against Lampley. Boylan pressuring outside. Lob pass. Hamilton with the jam. Again, unstoppable. 36 up. Hernandez all the way. Has the ball knocked away. Here comes King. They're going to have the lead. Behind you. Stewart followed by Hobson. So 36-36, 39 ticks. So Boylan, I thought they should have held on to the ball, but however, Boylan showing a bit of impatience, lost the ball. Billingsley will go to the line, shooting a 1 and bonus. Make that Stewart. Stewart with 7 on the ball game. Thomas Hamilton has dominated this first half with 18 points. But Boylan playing well, down 1. Over the back goes Griffith. That's foul number 3. And Sonny Cox is very, very displeased at that one. You've got to think on the basketball court, and with 39 seconds, you just cannot make a foul like that. And Griffith will go to the line, go to the bench for the rest of this half with 3 fouls. So Boylan down 1, right where they want to be, right in this ball game. At the very least, Boylan can tie it up with 1. And then Hamilton will probably go down and slam one more home because he's been awesome this first half. Billy Benz misses, and rebounding it is Williams. Going for 1 shot at the half. Minter across half court. with the bounce pass to Stewart. Stewart, lob pass to Hamilton with miss off the glass. Benz has the rebound for the Titans. Here they come. Go for three. Lee Lampley has it. Doesn't take it. He's fouled. Knocked to the floor. And with 15 seconds, Lee Lampley, best free throw shooter on the Titans, will go to the line, shooting two. Apparently, they called it after the shot, but he did miss the shot. And Rashad Griffith checks back in with 3 fouls. That's kind of a strange maneuver, but we'll see what that works out. Will Sonny Cox go inside to Griffith instead of Hamilton? Lee Lampley with a 1-in bonus. Puts it in. Ties the ball game up at 37. So Boylan playing great ball in this second quarter. Second one, good. Boylan takes a 1-point lead, 38-37. 15 seconds left in the half. Minter has the ball knocked away, stolen by Lampley. Lampley, no! Billingsley with the rebound, 10 seconds. Up court quickly to Stewart. Stewart has the big man, stops him, goes off his hands, at the buzzer, missing everything. And that'll be the first half of play with the score. Boylan 38, King 37. We'll be back after this. Hello. Halftime score, Boylan 38, King 37. We'll be back after this timeout. Boylan with a surprising 1-point lead at halftime. So Boylan with their original starting lineup back in. Pawnee was an 80-67 winner over Harlan tonight. Ryan Hoover drilled in 40 points tonight, so Pawnee is looking good for that shootout tomorrow night at Gordon Tech. So we're ready to tip off the second half of play. As I mentioned, Boylan not shooting well that first half, with the exception of 4 3-point shots by Durrell Banks. 12 points in that first half. Stewart outside, Boylan in a man-to-man. They played it mostly throughout the night. Lob pass thrown away by Hernandez. Up court, all the way, Hernandez hits it as Boylan takes the lead, 30-37. So Boylan definitely has a chance to win this ball game tonight. They're ahead by 3 points. Hamilton from three hits it. A big man. Unbelievable. 40-40. 7-footer that can shoot from three. Durrell Banks guarded outside by Billingsley. Looks like King has again moved into that 1-3-1 zone. Lee Lampley from three hits it, and the Titans again go ahead. 43-40 Boylan. Full court press employed by the Titans. And it looks like King players are showing a little bit of emotion tonight. It's hard to communicate with this louder crowd, and they can't really get their signal straight about what they want each player to do. Minter's fouled by Hobson. That'll be 3 on Hobson, and Gores is going to have to go to the bench. Greg Pincott will come in. Make that only 1 foul. That's a kind of a questionable substitute then. I would keep in Hobson. Hobson's played really well, especially on the offensive end tonight. Well, we'll see if this substitute works. Now, Pincott is going to be matched against Hamilton, and he's got about 10 inches giving away. Hamilton goes inside and scores. Griffith. 43-42 Boylan with a 1-point lead. Binns almost tried the three. Hernandez out far away. To Lee Lampley, travel, called by the referee. So that was a big factor in that first half. Boylan only making 4 turnovers. So Boylan up 1, but King with a chance to retake the lead. Boylan had a brief lead at 43-40, and that's been their largest. They had a couple of one-point leads in that first half, but what you got to do when you get that lead is take your time. Up court, almost trying it. Stewart drives inside free throw line, misses. Over the back, once, twice Hamilton. Hernandez looked like it was going to be King ball, but somehow the referee signaled Boylan ball. A big break for Boylan. Apparently one of the King players touched it before it went out of bounds. Hernandez is on the end line, but the referee had already said the ball went out of bounds. So Boylan up 1, 43-42. Banks to Binns, Banks to Binns, Binns to Banks, Binns finally bombs it in, another three! Bill Binns puts it in.
WLUV FM, Les Park, Rockford, Illinois.
4-point lead. So Boylan showing excellent composure, not being rattled by the 7-footers. Hamilton again from 3, hits it again! Hard to believe, absolutely hard to believe. Hamilton from 3 bombs it in again. Lee Lampley steps inside the 3-point line and hits it. .45 Boylan. Griffith, a dunk slammeroo for Hamilton. 48-47. Minter fouls Hernandez at half court. Boylan had a breakaway, but Minter prevented that by the foul. So 5:26, third quarter of play. Boylan still playing great. Call on Billingsley, who pushes Banks to midcourt. And Sonny Cox didn't like that call because that's foul number 3 on Billingsley. So now Darrell Banks is going to be guarded by somebody different. We'll see who checks in for the King Jaguars. Number 12, Harold Mapp. That's the 7th substitute, 7th player. So Boylan's still waiting for the referee to check the ball inbounds. Hernandez inbounded near midcourt. Banks one dribble. Back to Hernandez. Hernandez can drive the baseline. Passes the ball across court to Binns to Lampley. Lampley looking for 3, but he's challenged by Stewart. Banks cross court, it goes to Billy Binns. Billy Binns with a stand-up jumper for 15, hits it. And the Titans are with the biggest lead. Again at 3 at 50-47. Ball's knocked out of bounds by one of the Titans, so this crowd is really making a difference tonight. Timeout King, Boylan 50, King 47. We'll be back after this timeout. Boylan High School, Boylan really cranking it up in this second half. 4 out of 5. Make that 5 out of 5 this quarter, and that's why Boylan has a 3-point lead. Inbounding the ball to Hamilton. Hamilton back to Minter. Minter dribbling. Looking inside for Griffith. Bill Binns and Pincock double teaming him. Ball's lost, thrown away by Pincock. Ball thrown back as Minter. That was a key turnover. Thomas Hamilton turnaround jumper misses. Darrell Banks rebounded to Binns to Hernandez. Up court come the Titans. Lee Lovely calling it. 53-47. The Titans are on fire. King down 6. Hamilton to Stewart. Now we'll see what King is made out of. They're down 6 on a foreign court. Hamilton foul out away. He'll shoot it. He's driving in the lane. He's fouled by Bill Binns. That's only 2 team fouls on the Boylan Titans this quarter, so Boylan in good shape as far as the foul situation. As long as you keep Lampley, Hernandez, and Banks, the big three inside. That makes 3 on Bill Binns. So King down 6. Hamilton with the easy basket. Up court quickly come the Titans. Darrell Banks shooting a long 3. Rebound his own miss. Up. Cross court it goes to Lee Lampley. Lee Lampley from 3. He misses. Darrell Banks with another rebound. The Titans finally getting some rebounds. Johnny Hernandez, he misses. So 3 opportunities for Boylan to get the rebounds. They didn't grab them. Or to get the shots down, they didn't get them. So a big possession for King now, down 4. Minter dribbling through the forest. Dishes off to Rashard Griffith, who slams it home. And King shows what they're made out of, why they're number 1 in the state, come bouncing back with 2 quick baskets. Hernandez driving in, dishes off to Lampley. Lampley hits the baseline jumper, and the Titans go out in front, 55-51. Minter going up court quickly, all the way. Ball blocked by John Hernandez. Up court comes Hernandez and the Titans. 1-3, shot, yes, the Titans ahead. Timeout, 58-51. We'll be back after 1 minute. The fans are on their feet. The Titan House, 58-51. Boylan with a 7-point lead. Now, surprisingly enough, what Boylan needs to do now is slow down the game because they're at a point where King has to score. Boylan only needs to play smart basketball. So far in this quarter, Boylan's out-rebounded King 5-2, and that's a big key. Don't give King the second chance shot. As Duar Stewart, that's 5 turnovers for King this quarter. Boylan, meanwhile, has only made 2, so the 2 key turnovers and rebounds are in Boylan's favor this quarter. So if you're looking for statistics to support why you're winning, look for turnovers and rebounds so far in this quarter. In the corner, Bill Binns drives the baseline over and in. Bill Binns with the baseline J. 60-51 Boylan. Over the bench. This crowd is going well. But we still got 2:25 in the third quarter play. We're far from being over. What Boylan already has accomplished is scoring more points than anyone has scored on King all year long. No team has scored more than 55 points all year long. So Boylan has accomplished what I thought they could accomplish, would score more points than anybody has scored on King this year. But can they hang on and win this game? We'll find out in 10 more minutes and 22 more seconds. Hernandez to Lampley. Lampley has the ball knocked away once, twice, finally regains it. Hernandez from 3. He misses everything. Ball goes out of bounds. And it'll be King ball on the baseline. 60-51, Boylan with the lead. King with the ball. Minter inbounds it quickly to Matt. Matt, ball's knocked away. It'll be another slammer. And it's basket good by Hamilton. Looks like McNett was run over by a truck. Basket probably will count. 60-53 King, down by 7, but Thomas Hamilton with 28 in the ball game. Hamilton will be going to the line, shooting 1 shot. Griffith puts it in, and it's 60-54. Boylan up 6. Hernandez, as King has now moved to a man-to-man. McNett to Bill Binns. Bill Binns goes in the land of the Giants, loses the ball. And one of the King players get it out of bounds under 2 minutes in the fourth quarter of play. Bounce pass to McNett. McNett's going to drive it in all the way. Left hand. Block. Get out of there. Nice block by, looks like Hamilton that time. 60-54. Boylan up 6. To Griffith. Griffith loses the ball momentarily. Mapp. Back out court. Near midcourt. To Minter. Minter. Lob pass to Griffith. Has the ball knocked away by McNett. Hernandez all the way. He's going to go in. And he's blocked out of bounds. So Boylan still to retain possession underneath their own basket. So a nice play by McNett. He hit the ball from behind, knocked the ball away. Hernandez grabbed it, went all the way, had the ball knocked out of bounds by one of the Kings players. And I'm losing my breath here, and it's still 1 quarter to go. Lampley in the corner. Inside it goes to Pincott. Pincott has the ball blocked out of bounds. So Boylan, after shooting 21 out of 40, has missed their last 3 attempts, but 2 of those have been blocked. So Darrell Banks looks for 3, doesn't try it. Bill Bibbs has another one blocked. Minter grabs the ball for the Kings, and up court comes King on the fly. Stewart in the paint, hits it, and it's 60-56. King creeping back after being down by 9. They'll hit 2 in a row, plus a free throw to cut it back to 4. 60-56. 50 seconds. Third quarter play. Bill Bibbs driving it, dishes it off. Oh, Smolson did no call. Unbelievable. And up court comes Stewart. Stewart hits it, cuts the Boylan lead to 2. Lampley hits it. Lampley hits the 3, and he's fouled. So the referees clearly missed a goaltending call, but apparently there was no foul. They just knocked the ball out of bounds. So King down by 5 at 63-58. And Lee Lampley will rest the last 25 seconds of this quarter. Up court comes Matt. 20 seconds. Hamilton or Griffith looking for the pass inside. Clock's down to 10. Goes to Hamilton. Goes to Griffith. Griffith with the easy lay-in, and that'll be the last basket of the quarter. Boylan 63, King 60. We'll be back for the fourth quarter from the Titan House.
Roma Bakery, now at one location, 525 Marquesano Drive, invites you to stop by for a free cup of coffee Sundays.
That's more than most teams score in a half, and they scored it in a quarter. So Boylan with an excellent chance to win this ball game tonight, a 63-60 lead. In that quarter, Boylan out-rebounded King 5-4, and for the game are still out-rebounded 21-13, but have made only 4 turnovers and 8 for the game. And King has 19 turnovers in the ball game. As Boylan quickly turns the ball over, I believe it was a traveling call. King shooting a high percentage, 26 out of 43 tonight. Boylan shooting near 50%, really, because Darrell Banks has made 5 3-pointers and Lee Lampley's made 1. So that 22 out of 46 is really better than 50% when you look at making that many 3-point shots. Lob pass goes to Hamilton, who slam dunks again. What else is new? 63-62. Boylan with a 1-point lead. They had their largest lead at 60-51, and you'd think this place was going to come down. Banks to Tim Hobson, who's back in, misses everything. McNett tries to bat it away, and up court comes King with a chance to retake the lead, showing the mark of a true champion. They played smart basketball this second half. Going exclusively inside to Hamilton for 31 points. Rashard Griffith is turning it on in the fourth quarter. And that could be a timeout time for Boylan because obviously King has really taken charge already. 64-63 lead for King. And I think Sonny Cox had a little bit of a talk with Thomas Hamilton and Richard Griffith, say, hey, if we're going to win this ball game, you guys are going to have to be the ones to do it. And obviously, Richard Griffith understands that. Misses the free throw, however, and coming away with the rebound is Tim Hobson. Boylan down for the first time in a long time. Darrell Banks almost hits it inside the three-point area. He's fouled by Mapp. So Boylan grabbed their first lead of the second half at 40-37, extended that lead to 9 at 60-51. However, King, as I mentioned, they have taken Boylan's best punch and handled it, and now have taken a 1-point lead. So since Boylan had that 60-51 lead, King has outscored Boylan 13-3, and now make it 13-4 as Darrell Banks puts in a free throw and makes the second free throw, and he's going to get 3 as he was shooting the 3. So a new high school rule this year, if you're shooting the 3 and are fouled, you get 3 free throws, and Banks gives the Titans a 2-point lead. Minter against full court press. Hamilton has the ball stolen away by Tim Hobson. Almost over and back, but no call. Bounce pass to Hernandez, to Hobson, off his hands, is saved by Hobson. To McNatt. McNatt to Hernandez with the fake. Going to go all the way. 3-second call. No. Make that a foul on Stewart. I certainly didn't see that one. And a key substitute coming back in is Gerard Billingsley. Since he's gone out, Darrell Banks has kind of had it going, has 18 points. Johnny Hernandez really playing an outstanding ball game tonight, not making the turnovers, has 9. Lee Lampley leading the way with 22. McNett and Hobson go back out in the shuttle system that Steve Gores has employed this entire season. So Boylan up 2, but a lot of minutes left. 6:30. Lee Lampley from 3. Yes! Hamilton came out to block it. Couldn't get there fast enough. A 5-point Boylan lead. 69-64. Dunk time. Well, that quiets the crowd somewhat. 69-66 Boylan. Going to be a 3-second call. Hernandez finally gets it to Benz. Lampley. 3. Hits it again! Oh! Lee Lampley! 72-66. Boylan again up by 6. What a game! Oh! Lee to Minter to Hamilton. Hamilton looking for Griffith, pushing off, pushing Vince across the lane. 5-second call. Boylan with the turnover. So Boylan up 6 with the ball. They have not cracked under the pressure. King regained the lead at 64-63. Boylan with a 6-point lead. Hernandez. Now he's going to almost get a 5-second count. If you're closely guarded, they can count 5 seconds and it's a turnover. Hernandez dribbles in. Going to be fouled by Mapp. That'll be 17 fouls on King. So King will be shooting a Hernandez will be shooting a 1 in bonus. I guess the one big advantage Boylan has over King in terms of having a lead is that King does not shoot the 3-point shot. So we've got a timeout on the court. 72-66 Boylan will be back in 1 minute. Rampage got 28. I go in Boylan's favor is that Boylan has excellent free throw shooters. So Johnny Hernandez going to the line shooting a 1-1. There's some delay here in shooting the free throws for whatever reason. I do not know. Sonny Cox is having some kind of discussion with the referees. So in this hot, hot gym tonight, it's got to be 75 to 80 degrees up here. Sonny Cox pushed the referee. I don't understand that at all. That's got to be a technical foul. We'll see if the referees tack on a technical. What that discussion was about, I have no idea. (72 to 66). Boylan with a 6-point lead. Hernandez converts, and Boylan up again by 7. And they're extending their lead here on the King Jaguars. They play smart basketball. They can upset this team. This is the second one. Boylan had it momentarily. King comes away with it. Up quickly come the Jaguars. Minter. He'll look for the two big men inside. Griffith or Hamilton. Goes to Griffith. Misses the lay-in. Second one. Referee called a foul, I believe, on one of the Boylan players. Basket probably will not count. So Boylan is still up 6. Make that 7. As I'm catching my breath here in the fourth quarter, first time we've had a little bit of a breather. So King to inbound the ball, that's only 16 fouls on Boylan, so both teams, the rest of the ball game will be shooting a 1 and bonus. Lee Lampley hits the ball out of bounds. Minter inbounds it. Ball's knocked away. Hobson has a chance. Ball's near the King bench. Ball's knocked out of bounds by one of the Titans. So it's 73 to 66. Boylan with the lead and King with the ball. Minter inbounds it to Stewart. Stewart loses the ball out of bounds. Turnover for the King Jaguars. That's 11 this half, 22 in the ball game. Boylan has only made 1 turnover in this quarter and 5 in this half. So turnovers, composure on the Boylan Titans, the big factor in this ball game tonight. Darrell Banks to Bill Binns. This could be a pivotal basket. Bill Binns to Hernandez. Hernandez dribbling on the left side. Has the ball stolen away. Minter with the steal. All the way will go Stewart. Stewart has the ball goaltended, and that'll count. So it's 73 to 68. Boylan's still up 5, but with 4 minutes and 31 seconds left, Boylan has to score a few points if they're going to keep this lead. King is relentless. Lee Lampley goes inside. He's tackled and hits the floor hard. Minter tackles him. Lampley will be going to the line shooting 2. Maybe Gordon could call a timeout. He looks shaken up. Lampley with 28 on the ball game shows why he's one of the top sophomore basketball players in the state. Put it on the board. Free throw number 1, 74 to 68. Boylan an excellent free throw shooting team. Lampley, Hernandez, and Banks all 75 to 80% free throw shooters. 75-68. Boylan with the lead as the gym becomes noticeably silent here. Breaking the press easily is King, with Stewart at the point to Minter. Minter with one dribble goes to Hamilton. Hamilton misses it, but Stewart rebounds it. He misses it. Hobson rebounds it. Ball kicked out of bounds by King. Boylan with the ball, and an opportunity to put a little bit of the clock away, under 4 minutes. Fourth quarter of play. Fernandez looking for Lampley. As Boylan's going to pull them out of their man-to-man. 3:41. Darrell Banks misses it. Going to be Hobson over the back. Foul number 2 on Hobson, I believe. But more importantly, that puts King at the free throw line with Thomas Hamilton, 33 on the game, going for 34. Make that 4 on Hobson, and I would suspect Steve Gores would keep Hobson in the ball game. So, one of the big men, Thomas Hamilton, of 7'1" minimum. Excellent free throw shooter. Makes it 75-69. So Boylan playing the highest rated team since Proviso East last year, number 1 team last year. They lost by 14. Hamilton misses the second one, and Hobson grabs the rebound for the Titans. Under 3:30 now, 75-69. Boylan, again, King does not have that three-point ability, so they need to score 2 points on a possession, whereas Boylan has a chance to score 3 anytime down with their tremendous outside shooting. Lampley to Hobson. Hobson to Lampley to Binns. Now King's going to have to come way out on the half court to challenge the Titans. Hobson to Binns. Ball's knocked away. Almost a over and back, but apparently one of the King players hit it. Under 3 minutes now. Boylan's still up 6, and the crowd is on their feet. Bill Binns is fouled at half court by Thomas Hamilton. And the Titans sensing upset here at the Titan House. A 1-1. Thomas Hamilton takes a quick rest on the bench. I would suspect he's going to be back in very quickly. Bill Binns just about missed the entire rim. Billingsley comes away with the rebound for King. And Lampley makes a foolish foul in their midcourt. You got to make them earn the shot. So King making a lot of turnovers this half. 12 in this half. Boylan, meanwhile, has only made 6. So Boylan's still up. They've lost the lead once at 64-63, but came back with 6 quick points. And took a 69-64 lead. Minter puts free throw number 1 in. First point of the night. And puts in another one, 75-70. Boylan still up 5. 75-71 it should be. They're waiting. And it's stolen away by King. Minter steals it away. Inside it goes. Rushard Griffith hits it. As John Hernandez is fouled, and they still have not put up that other point. I don't know if King has noticed it yet, but it should be 75-73. And now the referee is going to the scorer's bench, and that is now 75-73. That's a Took a while to put that point up, so we'll be back for the last 2 minutes and 19 seconds. Boylan 75, King 73. We'll be back in 1 minute.
Come one, come all. Give yourself the gift of staying in good physical shape with fitness.
At the free throw line, shooting a 1 and bonus. Both teams have showed tremendous composure. King got behind by 9, retook the lead at 1 at 64-63. Boylan retook the lead, went up by 7, and now have a 3-point lead at 76-73. What Boylan needs is one defensive stop here in the last 2 minutes. If they could get that, then they'd have one chance to go up another 2 points. So one defensive stop is what the Titans need in this last 2 minutes. 77-73 as Johnny Hernandez drains the second one. Near midcourt is Billingsley. Lob pass to Richard. He's fouled by Bill Binns. Now we'll check the foul board on Binns. I believe he says 3. Make that 4, perhaps. So if we're talking overtime, 2 of Boylan's players, both Hobson and Binns, have 4 fouls. So if it would happen to go overtime, King would have an excellent opportunity to win it in overtime. But right now, Boylan's still up 4. Griffith shooting at 1 and 1. Puts it through. 77-74. Boylan up 3. 2:06. Fourth quarter of play. Second one hits the front. Iron. Hits nicely off the rim and goes in. Full court press for the first time tonight by King. Hobson finally gets it up court. Throws the ball away. So that surprised the Titans. Boylan should have called a timeout there. They spotted a defense. They weren't ready for it. Stewart inside. Hobson steals the ball away. But Hamilton calls for the blocking foul. That's 4 on Hamilton. So we'll see if Tim Hobson make that. John Hernandez will be going to the line shooting a 1-on-1. He just a moment ago made 2 free throws. So Hernandez, Banks, and Lampley are the 3 you want to shoot the free throws. Hernandez gets the kind roll. Hits the front of the rim. The referee called one of the Boylan Titans over the line. That free throw will not count. Tough call for the Titans. He saw Hernandez step over the line, but it was clearly after it hit the rim. Well, that call certainly didn't go Boylan's way. Boylan up by 2, 77-75. Billingsley almost loses it, regains it. To Minter, to Billingsley, to Griffith. Griffith looking for help. Tries the lob pass, they're looking for 3 seconds, no call. Give and go to Billingsley. Billingsley up and off the glass and in. And King Jaguars have tied this ball game up at 77. Darrell Banks, a great one-on-one move. Reverse layup, yes. 79-77. 1:12, fourth quarter. Boylan up 2 on the King Jaguars. Richard Griffith gets the lob pass. Looking for his partner. And Tommy Hamilton misses it. Ball tipped out of bounds by Hamilton. Boylan ball. 57 seconds. King with the full court press. Watch out. Bill Binns pointing down court. Ball stolen away by King again. When you're pressured like that, you've got to call a timeout. You don't spot the inbound pass. Boylan has not called a timeout the entire ball game. So King has a chance to tie. Bill Binns fouls. That prevents Hamilton from putting in the slam dunk. Now Hamilton has 2 free throws to tie the ball game up, and then Boylan will have a chance to win it at the buzzer. However, that's 5 team fouls on Bill Bin, so that'll be it for Bin. So Brian McNett will check in. "37 seconds. Thomas Hamilton will have to wait, so there's going to be a timeout. So we're back with the last 37 seconds. King, 77, Boylan, 79. We'll be back in 1 minute.
What people are saying about Hooked on Phonics.
Thomas Hamilton with 33 in the ball game, needs to convert both, and then King will have the full court press on against the Titans. A 1 in bonus. Both teams have had their spurt. 1 and 1. No, he misses. Hernandez rebounded. They'll have to foul him. They do. So the big timeout by Steve Gores worked for the Titans. Thomas Hamilton missed the free throw. Hernandez can give the Boylan Titans a 3 or 4 point lead. As these fans are going to go out on this court, let's just hope none of the players get injured if the Titans pull this one out. Hernandez, yes! 80 to 77. The second one would definitely be a crucial basket or point. Misses the second one. Up 3, under 30 seconds. Minter goes all the way, has the ball blocked. Hernandez, the Titans are going to win it. The Titans are going to upset the #1 team in the state. Yes! As they always say on the games, listen to this crowd. Unbelievable game tonight. The Boylan Titans hanging in there in that first half of play, down, up by 1 point, 38-37. Had a 3-point edge going into the fourth quarter, 63 to 60. And if Lee Lampley puts 1 or 2 of these down, you can put it on the W side. Lee Lampley hit. Lee Lampley with 31 in the ball game. And Brian McNett with the block of the game. Hernandez grabbed the rebound, dished it off to Lampley. He was fouled. He puts it up, and 6:82-77, Boylan. Timeout. We'll be back for the last 23 seconds after the timeout.
To what people are saying about Hooked on Phonics. Here's Rita.
I think what amazes me the most is not only can she read.
Down by 82 to 77 with a chance to cash in at the free throw line. The old saying was it's never over till it's over, so I guess we'll go by that adage. Unless King hits a three-pointer at the buzzer, I can't see them tying this up. Minter to the line. Misses. Ball tipped. Thomas Hamilton fouled out of the ball game. That's 5 on him. And Steve Gores telling his players, whatever you do, don't foul. Make that 4. It was on Rashard Griffith. So 4 fouls on both of the 7-footers. As Coach Mike Miller of the Guilford Vikings mouths the word unbelievable, and that's the way to describe this game tonight. The hero of the ball game, Brian McNett, blocked the ball as one of the King players went up, blocked the ball. Hernandez grabbed the ball, dished it off to Lee Lampley, who converted 2 free throws, and that gave the Titans this 5-point lead. King has to go quickly with 20 seconds. They can call a timeout. Minter shooting from 3, misses. Ball's out far. Rebounding it is McNett. And it could be it. Only 11 seconds left. A 1 in bonus. Minter fouled out. That's 5 fouls on Minter. And Harold Mapp will check in. So King shot the ball exceptionally well tonight, 32 out of 55, but the 3-point shooting of Lee Lampley and Durrell Banks proved to be the difference in tonight's ball game. McNett misses. King up for the last shot. Shoots the 2, misses by Cooper. Rebounding the ball is Tim Hobson, and as you can say, put it on the board. The Boylan Titans with an upset over the Chicago Kings Jaguars. Johnny Hernandez will be going to the line shooting a 1-and-1. He's got 13 on the ball game. Make it 14. Well, this crowd is going to explode. I'll recap the final scoring for Boylan tonight. Lee Lampley leading the way with 32. Johnny Hernandez with 14. Durrell Banks with 20. Bill Binns with 9. Greg Pinkoff with 3. And Tim Hobson with 5. Hernandez misses the second free throw. But the final score, Boylan 83, King 77. Boylan shooting 25 out of 51 for the game. A couple of key factors on the turnover margin that second half. Boylan made only 9 turnovers against King's 15. And for the ball game, Boylan only had 13 turnovers versus King's 26. So the big factor in the ball game was Boylan hitting the threes and protecting the basketball. Unbelievable game tonight. Boylan 83, Kings 77. For WLUV Sports, this is Joe James reporting.
Okay, I'm only going to go through this once, but if you can pay attention, once is enough. Until